And Steve Warren from Warren Heating and Air is here with me today, and he's going to give us some tips on how to reduce that electric bill. Steve, it's June. I think my meter's going bzzz. And so how can we, even though we've got to have this air on, because you talked to me before about humidity, so we need to be running our air some, right? Let's revisit that for just a minute.
Especially the weather we've been having. This has been a wet time of year, so make sure that you run your air conditioner, but especially don't run the fan.
Okay.
Let your fan, leave that on automatic and let it come on and off with the air conditioner, but don't run the fan on continuous, because that will cause a humidity problem.
Gotcha.
But make sure you keep your filter changed. That's really important, and most people don't realize how important that is. So make sure that you keep your filter changed, keep the outside unit rinsed off, even though you have it serviced once or twice a year. If you're outside watering the flowers, the garden, or anything, and you have the water hose out, just hose off that outside unit, the coil, and make sure it's, all the cottonwood trees and dandelions, all that stuff collects on it. Just make sure that's kept sprayed off. You don't have to have somebody clean it all the time, but if you're out there, take care of it yourself.
Well, I would have never thought about that. I mean, obviously, I know if you blow, if your mower is blowing clippings up in it, you're going to get that stuff in it.
Right.
But I've never really thought about the things that are falling, like you said, the cottonwoods, or just, bugs that die and fall into it. So that could be.
That moves a lot of air and it sucks everything on it. And it doesn't have a filter. See, inside your house has a filter.
Yeah.
And people neglect the filters. I've had customers for years that, well, we change it twice a year, and I have some we change it every month. But people neglect that, and they don't realize the harm that they're causing the air inside the house. It's contaminated, because when you have a filter that's stopped up and plugged up, and people wait to change them until the last where they get plugged.
Right.
If you don't change it before it gets dirty, you're really hurting yourself. Because when that filter becomes blocked and plugged, that fan's still running, and it's going to get its air somewhere. And that return air duct may have leaks in it, so it's going to pull air from a crawl space, which is musty, moldy, mildewy, and most of them are nasty. It's going to pull that unhealthy air into your duct system, and now you're breathing it in the house. But they don't change your filter, and that's what they're causing.
Well, you made me a believer on the bougie filters too. So even if we buy the most expensive ones, they're thicker, so we need to change those more frequently, right?
Yeah, they catch a lot smaller particles. Instead, I use the balls, for example. Your cheap filters are made to catch basketballs. The expensive filters are made to catch ping pong balls.
Gotcha.
But the filter that's a lot better filter, it's dense. It's hard to get air through it, even when it's clean. So be very careful about just putting one in and not asking to make sure it's big enough.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, you made me a believer on that. We've been changing ours, and I do think it makes a big difference. I mean, I know you're the expert on that, but I bought into that hook, line, and sinker, and I think it makes a big difference for us.
Allergies affect a lot of people, and you can have a clean house, perfectly clean, but if you have a filter that's blocked, you're pulling all that crap in from outside.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you, Steve, for those tips. And what about our ceiling fans? Do we turn them back around now and make sure?
Have them blowing down, circulate the air. Anytime you circulate air, you create a breeze, has a cooling effect.
Gotcha.
So.
Okay. Well, hopefully that'll get those electric bills down for us.
It'll help. It will definitely help.
You're always a wealth of knowledge, and we appreciate you.
Thank you.
Thank you. If you would like to revisit this segment with Steve Warren from Warren Heating and Air, log on to WPSD-local6.com and click Home Experts. Up next, a representative from Rebath is going to be here with us, and they're going to show us how to remodel our bathroom. That's up next on WPSD Local 6 Midday.
A roof replacement can save